What? It's too dark out. It's too early. What? I don't know what you're talking about. You're so goofy. That's my boy.
Hi everyone. My friend Jeff and I were taking a morning hike and we came across someone that was looking for help. They had a chair with a gas can on it and a sign. It had said they were looking to get back across the country to get home, had their phone number and such, and had a tip jar basically. When I'm walking, I don't have my wallet with me, anything like that. Jeff had some money. He put some money into the jar as we walked by and went on our way. And the next morning when Lefty and I were getting ready for our hike, I said, let me take my wallet with me and go over and see if I can help this person. So we walked over that same path, and the chair and such, it wasn't there the next day. But some days later, we were in town and we were stopped. It was at a gas station, little store gas station. And there was a woman who, she had her car kind of opened all up, like the trunk and the doors were opened up. And I asked her if she needed any tools or needed any help with anything. But she said, you know, she was looking to see if there was any money in her car. And then she started to tell me that she was out of money and she needed to get back home. Now, I don't know that this was the same person that had that sign there that we had seen earlier, but it sounded the same, but I don't know that. So she started telling me some stories. She had a vet bill. She had a small dog. And actually, when we started the conversation, she said something about Lefty, that he was really cute. And that's when I started talking to her. But she told me how she had spent some money on a vet bill as unexpected, and that she was basically stranded. This is in Colorado now, and that she needed to get back. It was Memphis, Tennessee, that she was returning to. And I said, you know, how many miles is that? And she said it was almost 1,100 miles, the trip that she needed to make. I think that I'm cynical towards people and stories and all that. And over the years, as in management, I received a lot of phone calls and heard a lot of different reasons from people that they couldn't come into work. And, you know, the wisdom teeth, the food poisoning. I mean, I've taken so many calls with people that said they had food poisoning. It's like Chipotle, just crazy. That was kind of a go-to excuse people would use. But so over the years, I became a little bit jaded, I think, on people's stories and what they're telling me. At the same time, over all those years, I built kind of a sense of a detector of people and their stories. And so I'm speaking with this woman, and she's telling me, you know, what her situation was. And so now I'm starting to think, should I help her, and should I help give her gas money, food money, whatever, to get back home. I really thought about it at the time. I was kind of having this internal struggle, and as she was talking to me, I kind of went inside my head, and I'm thinking back and forth, and while she's talking to me, I decided that I was going to help her. And that's unusual for me. That's not something that I easily do. I'm not wealthy. I don't have tons of money at all, and I remembered that I had a gift card. It was a rebate from something I had bought a while back, and I've been carrying that in my wallet for probably over a year, I'll bet you. And I knew that the card had like $62 on it. Not all the money in the world, but my thought was, I have this in my wallet. I haven't used it in a long time. It was a rebate from something I bought. So it was kind of like, it wasn't going to hugely impact me. And I think it would have made a huge difference in her day and how things were going for her. So I got that card out and I gave it to her. And I told her, that I didn't know the exact dollar amount, that I knew it was $60-ish or $62, something like that. And so she put gas in her car. Now a Prius, I don't know, doesn't hold a lot of fuel, that's for sure, because it didn't use, anywhere near the $60. But after she finished pumping it, and I was doing some stuff on the truck and messing with Lefty, but she said, "Oh, good, now I can go get some food." So it didn't use up all the money filling her tank, and she was going to go get some food. So now at that point, I'm feeling very good about giving her the money. We left and went on and finished our day, and this has been days ago now. And in the time since that happened, I've gone back and forth in my mind, did I do the right thing? Was it right? Did I get taken advantage of? And again, it's not all the money in the world. So I have come to this kind of conclusion that I did the right thing, that I had to trust my built-in instincts about her telling the truth, and it was a real story, and put aside kind of my old thinking of that everybody's telling a bullcrap story and all that, and that I had to trust my instinct that she really needed the help. Because when I gave her the card and all that, she was very, very grateful and very thankful, and it all just kind of rang true. Just my cynical side in the time since then has kind of, beat on myself in my head that, it wasn't the right thing to do. Now, am I going to do that with every person that I see? No, I can't. I mean, I don't have the resources to do stuff like that. And plus, not every person that I come across is going to be somebody that really needs or deserves help. I've seen last year when we were down in, it was Quartzsite actually, there was a young guy, who was in town, and it was hot, sunny, and he had 2 dogs on like really short leashes. He did have a bowl of water for the dogs, and that's like my first concern when I saw him was that those dogs were, miserable. And he had a sign, he was looking for help. Now, I know dogs, like, they just want to be with their human, and that makes their day. But gosh, I hope that they were okay. And when you see something like that, I feel like a part of me is like, oh, I want to help. I want to take care of those dogs, But another part of me is like, how do you get into a situation like that? Emergencies happen where you might get stuck in an emergency situation. But I know people get caught in unexpected situations, and like I think this woman, because she had some unexpected vet bill for her dog that she got stuck in a bad situation and needed some help. That I get. I could see that happening to me. Anyways, This doesn't mean that I'm going to be handing things out to everybody. The fleet finds that I pick up, I enjoy handing those out. They're found items. It's something that I don't need and somebody else could use. Yeah, I'm going to give it to them for sure. And it feels good to do that. It's kind of fun, finding something, cleaning it up, getting it working, and then handing it off to someone else. It's kind of fun. I like doing that, and it makes me feel good that I can kind of jazz up somebody's day and give them a little something that they weren't expecting. Because I just felt it when Dottie gave me that bottle jack, awesome for her, made me feel great, and it was something that and she had no use for it at all. She just found it and picked it up recently and had no use for it. So, and I can use it. So I get how it feels on the receiving end. I'm going to continue with doing the fleet finds and giving those things away to people. But I think the situation with this woman is probably a rare situation for me and something that won't happen very often. It's just kind of, the way it worked out and talking to her and having the gift card in my pocket, it kind of all lined up, and which resulted in me being able to help her out. And I really hope that she made her way back home. I know Priuses get really great mileage, but I don't know that I gave her enough to have enough gas to get like 1,100 miles, like she said. So hopefully some other people were able to help her out and get her back home, or family members or whatever. So I wanted to share that story with you guys, and I want to just kind of close this chapter in my mind and definitively tell myself that yes, it was the right thing to do, and absolutely 100% you should have done it. So that's kind of why I'm talking about this, because I want to just kind of put a pin in this and have it be done and put it behind me and go on in the future. Another example of some of the things that happen out here on the road that are a little different than what you see when you're living in town or in a city. But in this case, not totally different, other than this woman was trying to travel from a very secluded area, rural area, back home. And that's a little bit unique when you're in a place that doesn't have a lot of resources and you're out of resources. That can add an extra struggle to what you're trying to do. Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Take care, be safe, and we'll see y'all again really soon.
I wish I could teach you to go find the truck. Because there it is. That's us right there. But between here and there is a big gulch, valley. But I think we're going to walk it instead of going all the way back up the dirt road and then down that way and then across. I think we're going to shortcut it and see if we find some adventure. Does that sound good? Does that sound good? He's looking for critters.